Yeah, okay. So my name is Shana. I'm a CEO of Dharma Inc. We are a smaller company. We do skincare business. But I know this is a neutral class, so I can advertise it. So let's just move on. And this is one of the meditation sessions in the IECSC Long Beach Spa Shop. It seems like everybody wants to meditate these days. So the title is Chan Meditation, Rejuvenate Inside and Out, right? So you heard there are different kinds of meditation. Do you know any particular meditation? Have anybody here tried meditation before? Raise your hand. You tried meditation before? Okay. Oh, and then self.
Teaching myself.
And
I just do guided meditation on an app.
the headspace, right?
Yeah, I have something called like meditation. It's great, but I do it every night.
Oh,
But
wow.
it's not the same.
Okay.
Meditate on the breath, meditate on the mantra, meditate just let's see, the Dhyana meditation.
Oh, you do team?
Yeah.
Thank you. And then?
Private.
Oh, you just try. Yeah. Okay, very good. So you have some experience. Does everybody here feel the lineage of meditation already? Yes? Does it help a lot in your life? Yes? Now we graduate and go advanced class. Yay! Okay, so Chan meditation is a Buddhist style meditation, and we would like to say Chan meditation is do what you cannot do. So we push your limit so you can advance. So most meditation methods in Western culture, they encourage you to feel relaxed in meditation. Yes? Is that what you do? You try to sit as comfortable as possible? Is that what you do? Okay. Today, the meditation we teach you is the completely opposite. I explain why. Okay? Chan meditation is central practice of Mahayana Buddhism. So we call it Chan school. Is one of the Buddhism practice that is specialized in meditation. Because when Buddha was alive, Buddha taught 84,000 different ways to enlighten. And Chan meditation is one of the methods out of 84,000 different methods. And the Chan actually came from a word called Dhyana. Dhyana also is a word used in yoga also, right? Dhyana, you heard about Dhyana? So the Sanskrit word Dhyana, the Chinese people, of course, can pronounce a foreign language. So Dhyana, Jana, 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 Chan, like that. So I don't know how it's kind of drastic change, but so this is me. I was totally atheist, and then I practiced meditation for a few years, and I decided that I want to learn more deeper. So I decided to become a Buddhist. So in 2013, I took refuge and became a Buddhist. But I still feel like I'm not religious. I people found it funny. And then this is my teacher. His name is Master Yonghwa. He looks very Asian, but actually he's very American. He went to Chicago University. He studied mathematics. And then, he went to Minnesota University for mathematics, and then he did an MBA in Chicago University. And then he used to work in a big corporation to be successful. And then he told us that when he went to a little bit upper level of the corporation, he saw those people who he aspired to be, he didn't like them, how they become. So he started to question about what he wanted to do. So that's when he started meditating, and he found his teacher, and she shook her head. He's in LA. And this is my teacher's teacher. He's Chinese. His name is Mr. Seon. He's a patriarch of Chan meditation. If you search his name, you can find a lot of information about him. So I'm giving you the little brief information before you start the meditation principles and the actual meditation, so that you know what kind of things you're learning from where. I don't teach anything new. If you meet a meditation teacher and then you hear people invented something, try to avoid as much as possible. Why? You know why? You know why? You know, the meditation, the more you practice, you just confirm whatever is already written in scripture is the same thing. So if somebody invent, that means they're not smart, or they are deluded or something. I don't know. That's how I see it. Because the more you do, you just understand you are doing the exact same thing and you experience the exact same thing along the way. So why do you have to invent? It's already, somebody already tried thousands of years ago who's the Buddha, right? So we are doing the same thing and we experience the same thing. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know what you're learning here is from Master Hsuan. So meditation. So one of the things that people misunderstand often is meditation is to train your mind. But like yoga, people understand very well that you can't train your mind unless you train the body first. Yes? It's kind of the same thing, right? In principle. So meditation is physical and mental at the same time. Also meditation is to understand body and mind is connected. So we train you to endure the discomfort so that you, throughout the process, you face the problems and you learn how to resolve the problem and you open your wisdom. Okay? So meditation is struggle to relax. That's the strong foundation. So after you struggle a lot to relax, afterward you really relax. That's the principle of time. So we talk about meditation, physical and mental, right? Yes? So while you're listening to Dharma talk, the meditation explanation, you can also try to sit like this on the chair, or you can sit like this in the chair. It actually helps you to focus better. And then later I show you more how to do the posture better.
Can you pay some of more?
Yeah, sure. They're easy going.
Sorry.
Okay, we're easy going to whatever you want. You can, take phone call, whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, so the physical and mental. So let's say I'm going to show you the physical part first and then the mental part. So in meditation, we have something called chee. You know chee? In yoga, they also have the energy. They explain about energy system, right? So just like our body has blood circulation, we have energy circulation. So when you practice yoga or meditation, you naturally circulate the energy better. That's how you become younger. So today's topic is meditation, rejuvenate inside out. So the reason why people that practice the spirituality like meditation or yoga, they look younger than their age, because your chi system is more balanced and it flows around the system without being blocked more than an average person who is already stressed out. So when you meditate or practice yoga, practice qigong, tai chi, or you use acupuncture as a different experience, you naturally flow better around your body. So for example, when you're stressed out, it's actually a blockage of the chi. You meditate long enough, you feel it inside your system, like, oh, my energy is very intense. When you're stressed out, your energy can get blocked. So that's the cause of a lot of illness. Any questions so far? Any questions? No? So I put some of the example of how to improve your chi flow. You can improve your chi by meditating. Also, when you run, it's not as effective as meditation from my opinion, from my personal experience, but also it really helps. Exercise also help you to circulate your chi a lot. Acupuncture. So the Chinese medicine, they understand some of the meridian system, which is why you need to put the needle to stimulate, to circulate energy. Okay? But then the problem is, what I found with the energy healing, you receive the energy healing, but then your lifestyle hasn't changed. So you get the same energy blockage over and over again. That's why you have to go see acupuncturist again. So if you have the real need to go to acupuncturist, I don't think it's bad, but also I think you need to meditate. Because when you meditate for real, you can also change your lifestyle. For example, I meditated and I became a vegetarian without trying. And it really helps my system to be more healthy. And then there's Kung Fu. Actually, Kung Fu comes from the same monk. Do you know? You don't know? Kung Fu is invented by a monk called Bodhidharma. He's also the founder of Chan meditation in Chinese Buddhism history. So the Bodhidharma, the Venerable Bodhidharma, he was an Indian monk. He was the patriarch. So he's considered to be the first patriarch of Chan meditation in China. That's how the lineage came from. So the Bodhidharma taught the monks how to do Kung Fu so that their physical exercise flexibility will help them to sit later for a long time period, to meditate better. So it's kind of like exercising to build a foundation. And then we have Tai Chi. Tai Chi, for Buddhist perspective, we call it externalist because their goal is different. Tai Chi and Qigong, all these Taoist practice, their goal is to healing, and they also their another goal is to live long time. So that's a different goal, but there are a lot of similarities in the practice. Yoga, it's very popular now, right? But in Western, people look at it more physical, but actually the goal of yoga is to train the body to be able to put your body in a very hard posture. So your mind is so focused in one thing, the balance of your posture. That's how you enter the meditative state. That's why a lot of people that practice yoga, they experience peace and bliss. Yeah? Now it makes sense, right? And then chakras. We call it chakras in some other traditions, but actually in our tradition, we don't talk about chakras, but it happens inside. You don't have to know intellectually, like chakras, where is the chakra, as long as it's open already. Somebody came and told me my chakras are already open before. I'm like, what is chakra? I don't know what it is. So we focus on more to teach you how to open it instead of the principle, the explanation how the things work inside. Sometimes if you try to figure out too much, it doesn't help you in meditation because you have too much thoughts. Yeah. And then you have Reiki. Reiki is energy healing. So it's just Japanese name of it. In our tradition, the teachers don't encourage people to heal another person. It's because it's maddening. So it's nothing wrong with you feeling like you need to help another person. Like for example, your mom's really sick, you want to help your mom or your daughter. But I think it's important for you to know the consequences before you do it. Yeah, that's an important part. But in our tradition, we have all the ways to help people instead of the energy healing. But I'm just giving the examples of the chee system related practice. So this is the chee system, what Taoists observe and then draw the map. And then now we need to understand, so we learn about chi flow, and I want to give you a concept of outflow. Outflow means like that. So your chi has to circulate strong, but what happens if you look at a guy like, oh, he's hot, and then you outflow, you're leaking the energy because you're like, you're conflicted now. Or you look at this lady like, oh, she's ugly. That's another affliction, so it's outflow. So your chi is not flowing, you're leaking it. Okay? So just like that when you have outflow. So now we talk about the body. So that's why you can look healthier and younger if you meditate. Yeah? So the mental part, if you do the physical part and then you do the mental part in meditation. Soon I will teach you how to do the mental part. But I want to show you before that, when you meditate, we have something called Samadhi. Samadhi. Can you repeat Samadhi? It's a Sanskrit word, Samadhi. So when you meditate, if you do it right, you can improve your Samadhi power. Okay? When you have higher Samadhi power, what happens is, like let's say, anybody married here? Okay. Do you ever get upset about your husband? So Samadhi power simply means like, like let's say your husband talked to you and then something that upsets you, one day suddenly it doesn't upset you for no reason. Your husband yell at you, I'm like, whatever. It doesn't bother me. So just my personal story, when I first started meditating, my bigger problem was I had that problem with my dad. So I came all the way to America from Korea to be away from my father, who really bothered me. And I realized it's still bothering here inside my head. He doesn't have to call me, it's already bothering me every day. So when I started meditating, I asked my teacher, this is my problem, it's really bothering me. And he said, if you meditate and you improve your samadhi power, one day it wouldn't bother you. So after 3 years of a lot of meditation, so one day I called my dad, and he was the same controlling freak who's very judgmental. You can't stand him. All of a sudden, it doesn't bother me at all. Like, my God, so what? I don't care. So I found my peace. So that's why I started sharing this, because I know a lot of people struggle with loved ones. So the meditation teacher, good meditation teacher should be able to teach you how to look inside instead of outside. I used to look at it like, oh, he's so bad, he's so bad. And throughout meditation, suddenly I look inside, oh, I'm not afflicted inside. I feel so peaceful inside. So that's what we are trying to help people to see. But it's very hard, because when somebody go on the street and slap on your face, you'll be upset, right? For no reason, if somebody did that. But, you know, the practice of looking inside can really help you to improve your samadhi and wisdom. That's our goal to it. So your meditation practice and good teacher need to teach you how to improve your samadhi level. If your meditation only makes you to feel a little bit relaxed and afterward you are the same person, you need to find a good teacher to help you to see how to move up. Okay? So this is a little diagram of the Buddhism. According to Buddhism, this is what we see the whole world. So the Dhyana realm is where usually all the people live. So our life is how to be comfortable, how to eat good food, how to find a nice boyfriend, nice house, nice car, feel more adored. This is what we are focused on, right? If you are really honest about yourself, this is what we are focused on, right? Day-to-day life. So that's why we don't have any samadhi power. That's a desire world. That's how it works where we are. When you meditate and you increase your samadhi power, and then there are some people that experience peace and bliss, and you increase your samadhi level to first dhyana, that's when you go to your form realm. Form realm is first to fourth dhyana. A lot of meditation teachers and yoga teachers are in third dhyana. Yes? And then let's say you're really lucky, you have a great teacher who can really show you that how arrogant you are, how stupid you are, then you can move up to formless realm. That's when you experience formless realm. So suddenly, like my thing is, I used to be more artsy, like I love to paint. So I like to look at a good-looking person. It's just how I was born. I like art, I like painting, so I'm attached to the forms. I'm very attached to the forms because I like something balanced. It's just how I was born. But then one day, when you go to the formless realm, like suddenly it doesn't bother you. You meet an ugly person, it doesn't bother you. So that's how it is. I mean, it's not that straightforward. I'm just giving you an example. Okay? And in Buddhism, we have a way to go beyond that. Okay? So, this samadhi level is as if you go to a big building and then you go to a higher level of the building. Okay? So the more you go up, you can see more wider view. So now suddenly, the husband that upset you, you understand him. So instead of getting upset, you have sympathy about him. Oh, poor dad doesn't understand. Then you can really give him some compassion. Wouldn't it be cool? You go up there and understand. So in order to do that, you need a good role advisor who can show you how the goodness of you, so that you focus more to cultivate the goodness of you. So when you learn meditation, and if somebody said meditation by telling you, oh, you can have a happy life, it's nothing wrong, but I think nowadays people are so focusing on teach you meditation is good for happiness, but that is not going to help you to move forward, upward and upward. Why? Because your happiness, when you go up, is different. And the problem is, when you go up there, you realize the happiness you experience in higher Samadhi power, you cannot explain to people because it's something you have to experience. So in Buddhism, we teach you the peace and bliss instead of happiness. Because happiness is so relevant. Like for example, now you're happy if your husband don't yell at you. Very simple. But in the future, it doesn't affect you if your husband yell at you or not yell at you. It's peace and bliss. Yeah? So, this is all the principle finished. We are going to try the meditation all together. Does anybody want to try on the floor? And if somebody want to try in the chair, that's fine. We can try meditation for... Hey, what time the class end?
11.
11? We have a lot of time, so I'm going to teach you how to meditate. We can try all together, right? Can you raise your hand if you want to sit in the chair and meditate? Okay? So let's make a little group in the center. We can bring some chair. And then people who want to sit on the floor, you can sit around me, and then we can meditate. Can you give me the bell? Okay. You're flexible. You are. I think you can. Okay, let me see. So, we teach you to sit in full aura for a reason. Okay, this is the fastest way you meditate and you improve yourself faster. Yeah? Why? Why? Do you know why? It's painful. Do you remember the diagram? Okay? So we teach you to endure the pain, because if I teach you to feel good in meditation, you cannot go beyond. You always stay in the desire around. We teach you to endure the discomfort so that you understand that's just external factor, and you go inside and then you see the peace inside. Okay. You already meditate, right? What kind of meditation do you do? Do you want to sit over there so you can see me in front of me? I can move this one. Okay, so we have enough time so we can do a lot of things. So the best meditation posture, to get into the full lotus posture, we can do stretch a little bit, okay? We can do stretch a little bit. So you can open here a little bit. If you're in the chair, you can also do this one. And then you can do this one, the other side. Do anybody have any health issue here? You have any problem? It will help. You know, any illness that you have is usually caused from the chi blockage before even being able to diagnose. So when you have any problem, that means your energy is blocked somewhere. Manifestation of the energy. So for your information, I'm not very superstitious. I'm not microbiology major, just to let you know. I don't want you to have a wrong impression about it. And then, so the proper posture, your left arm on top of your right arm. And then if you do like this, it's hard to take this up here, right? So what you do is you sit, cross your leg, and then put your left foot on the right thigh first, deeper. Okay? Deeper. Yes. Okay? And then you lean forward. So the knee goes on the ground. So your foot has to be out of the knee. Yes, just like that, yes. Okay? Is your left one or right one? Left one first. So if you're not going to touch the knee on the ground, you can sit in half lotus. This is half lotus, okay? Okay, but you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Is your left foot? Left foot first. Yes.
So if my knee can't touch the ground?
You can do it. Yes. You can do full lotus. I'm from senior leg. You can do it. I can help you. You want to try? No? Okay, never mind. Okay, so again, this one has to go all the way this way so that it doesn't, because if you put like this, it hurts more. Yeah? If it goes more, you don't hurt. You can do half load for now. Okay? So for example, your knee is like this. Okay? You just sit like that but you endure. Yeah?
So not touching the ground is okay?
No, you are okay. You're going to follow.
Okay.
Okay, so lean forward so the knee touch the ground, and then you use your hand under the ankle, okay? And then break it. Don't break it. Breathe out, breathe out. Relax your shoulder. Breathe out. And then hold it. Don't let go. In my meditation class, you can make all the noise you want as long as you don't open your leg. you just keep like that, don't open it. Okay, so now we are gonna endure the pain and discomfort. Why? So that when you go home, your boyfriend yell at your leg, your belly is not as bad as the leg pain. Okay? I'm just joking, but it's true. So you build your endurance. And also when you sit like this, what happens is your cheese block your mouth. So it's like when you put a dam in the water, the pressure is very strong, right? So when you sit like this, the energy is going to build around the leg. And eventually, if you sit long enough, it will push through to circulate very strong. That's when you heal a lot in your body. Okay? My teacher recommended to sit like this at least 1 hour a day. Okay, in our temple, little boy, little girls, they sit for 2-3 hours. 85-year-old lady sit for 17 hours. And 70-some-year-old guy, now he's a monk, he sat for 9 days. So I guarantee you don't die. He got better. Okay? Wow, look at her. Okay, any question? Any question?
What if you can't do it?
If you can do it, you start with half lotus, right? If you start like this, you're going to still feel pain. The thing is now, you don't stop, you keep going. So you push a little bit more limit. You know, like let's say you're really in pain, you really have to stop, but then you give yourself 1 more minute at a time. So you improve little by little every day. Okay? You can do it. Okay? And then your attention. Okay, you're gonna go from top to bottom, okay? Your attention goes to your belly. This is called Dhyana, okay? This is a chi ocean. This is like a battery. Your energy is gonna accumulate here. In Taoism, they see Dantian, a certain location. In Buddhism, the Dantian move around. So don't try to understand Dantian. Just when you meditate, your attention is the belly, okay? They will help you to reduce a lot of thoughts. And your eyes, you can keep it closed or open. But I found it easier when you close your eyes. Okay? Again, if your legs are so painful, you can open your eyes. It's no problem. Okay? And then your mouth, your tongue, touch your upper gum. Okay? So it's natural. I'm making a circuit. Okay? She has to flow around the body. So, okay? And you can stretch your back, but don't do it too hard. So some yoga practice they do like this, right? Actually, when you meditate long enough, the good meditators don't straight the back like that. It has to be natural. So the back is straight because she strongly goes through the back. But then the neck part is usually a little bit like that. But you don't have to do anything. As long as you sit, it will fix itself. And your shoulder, try to relax a little bit because we are all stressed out. Your hand, he has the good posture right now. This is called Vairocana Mudra. Okay? No, like this. And then you beat your thumb. Your right hand is on top of your left hand. Yeah? Because energy has a direction. We want one direction only. If you switch around, energy has to go the other direction. It's like you circulate water like this, and then you try to move the other way, you're gonna not improve fast. Okay? So just one direction. Left one first, right one later. Left one first, right one later. Yes? And then you focus on the belly. Close your eyes. And there's technique called breath counting or reciting. Usually my teacher recommends you to recite the Buddha's name. But if you're Catholic or Christian, you can recite Virgin Mary too. Okay? Anybody Catholic? Would you like to recite the Virgin Mary? Do you know Virgin Mary also that exists in Buddhism? What is it? Do you know? In Buddhism, we have Kwan Bodhisattva. My teacher said it's the different manifestation of Virgin Mary. So it's a sage, but different. So basically, Kwan Bodhisattva is a Chinese woman. It's a Virgin Mary in Chinese body. Okay? But that's what he said. I don't know if it's true. I wasn't there. I'm too young to be there. So, and then at home, try to cover your leg with a thin blanket. Okay? And usually better to meditate without drafts. Okay? And without socks, without hair, without gloves, because your energy has to circulate. So the energy, also the full lotus is very great posture. So because if you meditate like this, energy has to go out. So you have more outflow. Yes? When you meditate in full lotus, the energy, you can feel it, it's really fun. You can feel the energy going like this, and then go here. Okay? And then the tongue. So if you're doing in the chair at home, make sure you put something under your feet so it blocks the cold surface. Otherwise, the chi is going to be soft to the ground. Okay? And then everything else is the same. If you meditate in the chair, if you have to, then you do everything else the same. But just make sure your feet is almost on the mat. Okay? It will help. Okay? So, what happened? Try again. Again, in my meditation class, you can make noise as long as your legs are not unbuckled. Yes? I'm for real. Yes? Okay. So how long do you want to meditate? Pick a number, pick a number. Huh? Okay, you? 20. You? Vivian, how long do you want to do it?
15, 20.
15, 20. Sir, would you like a number? So it's
Well,
like...
it is perfect the way it is. It's perfect no matter what.
Yeah? Well, I don't know, my life has a lot of problems, so I'm far from perfect.
What do you got to resolve?
Huh?
You got to resolve.
Yeah, I'm trying to resolve too. Well, it's my teacher's problem. It's not my problem. Whenever I have a problem, I go to my teacher, like, teacher, I have this problem. What do you think? I don't feel. Okay, so we try 20? Try your best, okay? Hey, Vivian, try your full lotus. It's good for you. Every time it hurts, go back to your belly. Yeah? Yes? Okay.